What's up, worldwide media? Did it again. How exciting. I don't even know what to say. I feel incredible. So thankful that obviously that I made it across safely. Training and hard work definitely pays off. All my training in my hometown in Sarasota, all that hard work definitely pays off. Hopefully more people around the world, millions, are inspired that if they work hard enough, they can accomplish any of their goals as well. Thank you guys. I want to thank the city of Chicago. They've been incredible to work with. Amazing. Beyond incredible. So I want to thank them. Arnie Granite, you've been amazing too. And thank you guys for your support, because these events wouldn't be so big and worldwide events if it wasn't for all of you. So I just want to take a moment to thank each and every one of you for taking time to be here as well, to enjoy them, to watch them, to write about them, to film them, and to build them into the stories that they are. I wouldn't be who I am today if it wasn't for the media and the press. So thank you guys for all you do. After I butter you up, I'll take questions.
Any surprises out there?
The wind was definitely on that first walk. The reason why I didn't take my time, I was ready to take a selfie. I had every intention. I'm so bummed that I didn't. But there were some strong winds hitting me in the face, to the point where I was like, wow. I mean, it kind of stood me up. I try to lean in as I'm walking uphill. And it stood me up straight. And I was like, Jim already told me off there. He said, when you get towards that building, it's going to get a lot worse. So after hearing that, I thought, you know what, I'm just going to get my butt up to that other building safely and get onto the blindfold. I think I would have probably taken a little more time if it wasn't for the fact that my mind, at about 25 feet from that building, was already on the next walk, going, I got to do this blindfolded, I need to start focusing on that and change gears. So I probably would have went a little slower, but what an amazing, beautiful city, and the skyline is just unreal from up there, just to take it in. Again, just so blessed.
Describe the moments that get you to walk.
Stressful, sort of. I have never done 2 walks in a row. So to keep the energy up, somebody asked me if I was cold. I was like, heck no, not at all. There was enough adrenaline to keep you warm for sure. They asked me if I wanted my gloves. Stressful that I had to go into an elevator by myself. I like to be with my family. I'm a family man. I love my wife and my kids to be there all the time. People put me down sometimes. How dare you have your wife and kids there? Well, that's why I can do what I do, because without their support, I'd do nothing. So having them there is so key. It's so important. And having to get in an elevator without them, because they had to go to another building, was really tough, actually, just standing there. But here we are, and again, praise God, here I am.
You're always thinking, always planning, what's next. How do you top this?
I don't know. At this point in my career, how do I top the Grand Canyon, Niagara Falls, blindfolded, 2 Guinness World Records tonight? It's pretty awesome. Again, what an amazing opportunity. But I think at this point in my career, it's not necessarily about topping myself. It's about inspiring people. And every time that I do a walk, whether it be over the city of Chicago blindfolded, or over the Grand Canyon, Niagara Falls, or any other city or around the world, the truth is it's still my life on the line, whether I be 100 feet up or 10,000 feet up. So I believe that my fans love me enough that they'll support me in whatever I do. One of my huge dreams is my great-grandfather was my inspiration, Nik Wallenda. He inspires me to do everything that I do. He is that light that I focus on. And hopefully I'm making him proud by what I'm doing. But next year is the 45-year anniversary of the greatest walk he ever did in his career, which was in Tallulah Gorge, Georgia. It's about, I think it was around 600 feet high and over 1,000 feet long. But while he did that walk, he did 2 headstands on the wire. Well, I've trained a bit to do a headstand on a wire, but I've never done it publicly, because I've always said if I do it, I'm going to do it on that walk with him. So my dream is that was filmed for a BBC special back in 1973, I believe. My dream is to actually walk the wire with my great-grandfather and actually simulate him. He will be on that wire crossing through the Tallulah Gorge with me. I get goosebumps and chills thinking about it, but that's probably the next thing. Next year is the 45-year anniversary next summer, and I really, really want to do that walk.
You seem to be a fearless guy. Like, you're talking throughout the walk on the line, but what is the scariest moment in this whole process?
Whether the city approves or not. That's not necessarily true. There's definitely times, I think, to be honest with you, it's before I get on the wire. because I never know. Every time I get on a wire, no matter how much I train, I never know what it's going to feel like when I get out to the middle of that wire. I never know if it's going to be right, if it's going to be the same as training. So I never know what to expect. And Mother Nature, we never know what to expect. So because of that, it's really the time leading up to it. You know, the hardest part of doing live TV is waiting until the director says, go ahead on the wire. That hour leading up to it, that everybody's going, why are they making us watch this for an hour until he gets on the wire? I'm going, why are they making me wait to get on the wire for an hour? Because I want to get on that wire and walk. Because there's so much anticipation, so much excitement, so much adrenaline. You know, people say, do you sleep well the night before? I slept till about 9 this morning. That's with the time change. Plus I'm from Florida, so that's 2 hours different. That's like sleeping till 11, so you could call me lazy, really. But not only that, I got up, I walked around the city here, I tensioned some of the stabilizers, walked around, checking the rigging, I went back and took a 2-hour nap. But that's kind of how I kind of get into the zone that way. I try to keep that adrenaline down until the last minute. And you know, it really all comes down to training and being able to keep that adrenaline down, knowing that I've trained properly and prepared properly. But honestly, I mean, that was all real. That incline was at 19 degrees. And I found that out earlier today, about 4 or 5 hours ago. It was supposed to be at 15 degrees. Everything I trained on in Sarasota was 15 degrees. So I was walking a cable that was much more steep as well. And that's very intimidating. I hope they got the shots. But if you stand on top of Marina City West and look up that cable, it's doggone intimidating. Way more intimidating than being up top and looking down. It is really intimidating. It looked, I mean, that cable looked like it was going straight up.